DJ Arnold, and I've written two books. This is my second book, and it is called What Can You Do with Pink Kangaroo? And this book is a rhyming book. It's got that Susie kind of rhythm to it and the fun to it. And it's about a little girl who's walking home from school and she meets a pink kangaroo and they go home to her house while her parents are at work and they have way too much fun. And I think you can imagine where that's going to go. But anyway, so it's very exciting. It's a lot of fun. It's very colorful. My illustrator is wonderful. You will love the illustrations and the story and the rhyme. And it'll keep the kids engaged. And I think the parents too. I've also written The Old Woman and the Mouse. And this was my very first book, which actually won a regional short story contest. Which is unusual for a children's story to win something like that. So it's just got some heart to it. It's about a little old woman who's alone and she's kind of angry at the world. And this mouse comes into her life and just disrupts her entire, the routine. And then at the end, there's some heart to it. So this one's a lot of fun too. I actually had an opportunity to read it to a class last week, and I read them both, and they loved them both. But the second graders, the little ones, they seem to like this one. The older ones, the rhyming. I think maybe it's an age thing, but yeah, they're both a lot of fun. I enjoyed writing both of them. What can you do with a pink kangaroo? I have 5 children, and they're all grown now. They range in age from 38 to 28. And when they were little, and my littlest one was in diapers, this title just popped into my head one day. I'm just going doing the mommy thing, and it just popped into my head, and I thought, well, that's kind of cute. I like that. Sounds like a rhyming story. And I had never really written before. I always liked reading Dr. Seuss, read them all to my kids. I just liked the rhyme and the rhythm. As a musician, I like the rhythm. And so I started writing and we didn't have the computers. I didn't have a computer. I took out my notebook and I just started writing. It took me about 4 months to write it from start to finish. And I was so proud of it. I was so happy with it. I went to the teachers of my kids and they all let me read it in their classrooms over the years. I have artwork from them. I should have brought it. I do have some artwork from those old classroom reads. And I forgot about it. I had it. I did put it in the computer eventually and forgot about it. And then after I won this contest, well, when I won the contest, somebody said to The Old Woman and the Mouse, they said, Donna, that would make a really cute children's book. And I thought, oh, so they planted that seed. And I thought, it's time. So that was my experiment. And I published it, self-published. And then after that, of course, the Pink Kangaroo was next. So I went back and it was very rough. So I had to rewrite it. And this is what it is today. And I'm really, really proud of it. And my kids are too. I don't use social media a lot. I do have some accounts and I'll pop in every once in a while. But when I published The Old Woman and the Mouse and I put it out there in public on my page, I had so much support from friends and family. And it was just that one, maybe 2 shares that that just kind of, it blew up more than I thought it would. Most other book promotions probably wouldn't think it blew up, but to me it did. And yeah, it was just the support I think I got from my family and friends. It was pretty amazing. And it just gave me a nudge to go, yeah, that's something I think that you can do. It's a passion. I've just always loved stories, and it seems that in the last few years when I started this, all these stories started forming in my head, and I have chapter books in here, and I mean I write them all down. I take notes. I make, little outlines of everything that I think. And I enjoy doing that. So I don't know how many I'll eventually get to, but I'm at a point where I'm just not going to stop. I don't have a ritual or a routine because my life is far from that right now. There's a lot going on in my life. I'm in that sandwich generation, where we've got the kids, the grandkids, and the parents. I carry this with me all the time. And when I get an idea, I'll voice it because I think so fast. I have to get it out to remember it. And then later I'll outline it, and then I'll hit my computer and I'll do the same thing and fill in the blanks and print it out, and then I keep a file. But I go from book to book to story, and if I lose motivation, or I get writer's block or whatever, I just stop because there's no need to get frustrated. I'll just go to the next story, and then eventually it'll happen with that book, and then I'll go to another one. I'll go back to the other one, and I hope that one of my stories doesn't take another 30 years to get done. But I mean, you never know. You just keep going. I love uh, I love 60s, 70s, 80s. I am a musician. I play keys at our church. I think so. Well, I play the guitar a little bit, and I actually used to be a vocalist, but I've had a lot of issues over the years. I was not formally taught. I taught. I play by ear. I learned chords, and I play by ear. And so, yes, I do add. I add. I'm not a conversationalist. I'm more of a listener, and then I'll respond. But I would just rather. I like the words. I want to say the words. And yes, I go through rhyming words. Like if I want to know something that rhymes with, kangaroo, roo, too, I'll go through the alphabet, boo, coo, do, just the whole thing all the way through. And yes, it's the family hears what I'm doing, and they just ignore me. Yes, I have actually inspired some people to write a book, and a friend of mine is getting hers illustrated currently. Yeah, and in fact, my website, djarnoldauthor.com, at the bottom, the byline is "Be brave, write your book." Yes, everybody has a story. I really believe that. Fictional or non-fictional, we've all got stories. We should all write them down. I believe the most important thing a writer should have is a support group, other writers. My support group is called KWA. They're they actually started in Vista, and there's chapters now all out over the United States and some in other countries. And we meet once a month. I'm not always there. I can't always go there on Saturday mornings with grandkids and all, but we get together in person once a month, and we talk about our books. We talk about life. We talk about publishing, self-publishing, promoting. There's also resources from KWA themselves that you can get if you're a member, or just be a part of the group if you're not. And I appreciate it's like my peeps, my group of peeps. That writers are, there's different genres of artists. You've got the creative artists with canvas and media, and you have musicians, and you have writers and dancers, and writers, they're their own group, and we understand each other.